counselling is also an additional step that was introduced by the Sharia court at the Sharia court's expense. And I am told that the statistics are that as high as 80% of cases that first registered for divorce are actually reconciled, which is quite a good development, which is quite a good statistics in its sense. I always emphasize on the need to properly plead, to properly explain what grounds of divorce that you are relying on. For example, for a woman can rely on all 4 grounds of divorce, but she needs to properly plead it, she needs to explain what is she asking for. So for example, if a woman says, yes, my husband has pronounced talaq upon me and therefore I am coming to court to register it and I'm asking this court to pronounce the decree of divorce. In such a scenario, a woman would need to be able to establish that fact, to establish the fact that talaq was pronounced. And this can be done evidentially if the talaq was in writing, for example. With regards to custody, meaning the long-term provisions for a child, custody as a starting point will always be joint. It will always be joint so that both parents are forced to work together with regards to the long-term needs for the child. Parties divorce each other, they do not divorce themselves from the children, and I believe that is a very good starting point. That will only detract in situations where, for example, there is sexual abuse or there is abuse on the child. Then generally the courts will move away from joint custody and award sole custody to the party who is looking after the children. The starting point is that the parents are divorcing each other, they are not divorcing themselves from the children. As such, the children must always know that both parents are constantly in their life, both parents are always there for them to tap on for support, for help, for money, whenever they need to. Alright? So, in essence, the concepts between the Sharia court and the civil courts on custody, care and control is different, but the outcome is arguably the same because both courts are guided by the best interest and welfare principle over the children. What is the difference between the Sharia court and the civil courts? In the civil courts, the list of other matrimonial assets is arguably wider. The civil courts will go to the extent of looking at things like bank balances, insurance policies, insurance monies, inheritances, shares, ownership in companies, all and sundry assets acquired in the marriage can fall under the category of other matrimonial assets. In the Sharia court, arguably because of the demographic of the population that goes there, or arguably because of the general nature of the patrons of the Sharia court, the court limits itself to the CPF monies of a husband. Now, if you recall earlier, I mentioned when it comes to the division of matrimonial assets, it only pertains to the assets of the husband. Assets of the woman are not subject to division because it only belongs to the woman. In a Muslim marriage, assets of the woman remain theirs throughout. There is no commingling of ownership. So, how then will a court decide on a division of a husband's assets equitably? The court will have cognizance of how much money the woman has. If we are looking, or if we are discussing the issue of dividing a husband's CPF money, then the court will take a look at what are the wife's CPF monies. So, for example, if a wife has $50,000 in her CPF account, a husband has $100,000 in his CPF account, they say, oh, so the difference in amount is $50,000. The difference between the husband and the wife. And that difference is a difference that is divided between the parties.
Right now, if a Muslim woman dies, what happens to her property?
A woman's assets are her own. There is no such thing as a woman not having legal right over her assets. This is different if you look at traditional English canon law, for example, where a woman did not have legal rights to enter into a contract, a woman did not have legal rights to hold on to assets in Islamic law. So upon her death, her assets also will be dealt with as her assets. It is just that how these assets are going to be distributed is decided upon in Singapore through the Sharia court, through the procurement of what is called an inheritance certificate.
There is no will.
Mm-hmm.
How will it be distributed to the children? Is there any difference between the sons and the daughters?
Sons will have double the share of daughters. Yes.